my god, are we live? That's it. Like, this is real
live.
now.
Oh my god.
See everyone's best behaviour. Everyone's going to be behaving. Hey guys, now if you've clicked this link and you haven't actually read any of the information, my name is Holly, this is Nathan, we're from PlayStation Access. We have the basically Destiny professionals with us, the Peasant Guard, we have Vife and Little Big Oki, and an actual Destiny professional.
It gets more professional as we go along.
More professional on the couch.
Just thrown under the bus already.
Instantly.
More professional than us two.
Yeah.
Is it just because I'm a warlock, Holly?
It is because you're a warlock, actually. Titan life. Anyway, Eric is on the end, and he's actually going to be correcting anything that me and Nathan get wrong as we try and explain what we're playing.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the other way around.
Don't aggravate Vife. We've been through this.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't piss off the law nerd. The law nerd is scary.
Okay, so we are checking out Rise of Iron. We're going to be doing one of the new strikes. So us three are going to be playing. I think you're going to be seeing Nathan's gameplay. So if you're really angry and it's bad, this is actually the person to blame. Not me, not Oki. In fact, Oki is going to carry us.
Yeah. Oh.
So you're playing Hunter.
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
Oh my god.
Oh, yay!
It's just the first event.
I can't believe I just
I think I have to go.
That was really good.
I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to press the. I've
Alright.
invoked the director. Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan's party leader, which means we're in real trouble.
Hey, I know where we're going. So Wretched Eye.
Yes.
Yeah,
Plaguelands.
the Wretched Eye.
So we might run this twice, right? So we're going to play on level 38 first. Yes?
Yeah, we can run it twice.
Okay.
We're going to. In fact, what's going to happen is Oki's joining us for the first run, and then actually Oki and Vife are going to swap out, and you're going to get a chance to carry us.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah. So I want to point out in both instances the carry is being made by the warlocks. You're jumping in our backpack this time.
Oh yeah, totally. And I've put like my heaviest armor on as well, just to make sure that carrying is really good. No, we can show some of that, can't we? Right?
Yeah,
we can show some of the armor that we're wearing. And,
Sure.
Yeah.
Jump in and take a
You
look
can do
at
whatever you want.
Go on, Nathan, since it's you we're focused on.
It's your game.
So, well, this is what you want to see.
Yes, this excites people.
This
is Dead Orbit faction armor, isn't it?
It looks so good as well. I'm currently Dead Orbit anyway. I was using Hanjuri,
What about this?
and I swapped out to Hard Light, and Vife thinks I'm nuts.
This,
Yes.
I've got like loads
I will
of
admit
artifacts
it's
to
pretty
choose
when it
from.
shoots, but that's about all it does.
It feels good. That's why I use it.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the Plaguelands here? What are we seeing?
So clearly snowed in by Blizzard, but the Plaguelands is an extension to the Cosmodrome, something that the Fallen, the House of Devils in particular, have been taking over for quite some time. The entire agenda of the Fallen is take back the Traveller at first. And so when they're digging underneath here, they're looking really for weapons, but what they find is something so much bigger. They find Siva, which of course, if you see all the red tentacles and whatnot all over the place, that's kind of the Siva infestation. You can see all of the banners and whatnot.
The Twizzlers.
Yeah, the Twizzlers, the turkey Twizzlers.
Oh my god, Vife, I'm so glad we have you.
Man, I was
Like-
like,
This is very nice, right?
This is
I don't like
to be here.
Oh my
this
god,
is why you bring the law
you're
nerd.
the hero that we deserve.
Maybe, and the hero? I don't know.
This doesn't appear to be fallen technology here, so.
So we've got
Like
high
Captain Shields are down.
What kind of stuff?
There's someone
You
sorting
know
him
more
out for
about
me
this
to do my
than I
head
do.
in.
in the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lamp him. Oh, his shield's back up. I'm gonna give him another lamp.
Yeah, so this strike actually occurs after the main campaign completes. There's 5 missions in our campaign with cinematics and characters, and then you go sort of into the deeper chapters of the book. You start exploring the Plaguelands, go on your exotic weapon quests, start looking for Siva fragments, start looking for Grimoire cards, go on a quest line that culminates in this strike. And throughout the quest line, you sort of learn about this faction of Devil Splicers who are not only hacking their own bodies with Siva, they're trying to learn and corrupt the Hive themselves. So they've been clashing for a long time here on Earth, and here they are with the fallen Devil Splicers actually experimenting, capturing the Hive, and then turning them to their own nefarious purposes, which is just somewhat interesting, right? It's not something we've seen before in the game itself.
Wait, you have to wait for me to
And
get
if you've gone through the Taken King, and if you've played any of that, or even just looked very briefly into the Grimoire, you know how scary that concept is. The Hive are, ancient race that has literally burned tens of thousands of stars.
A festering evil, hellbound down, destroying the light.
And yet these Fallen are more powerful than it. So that speaks volumes about how scary Siva actually is and how powerful they've become. So
Yeah.
Ooh, Bunker Triglav. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this area? I see rockets here.
Yeah,
Are those rockets going to space, or are those nukes?
Those are missiles. Yeah, this is a missile silo that you're going to enter here. So it's actually a really cool space. So when you come through here, you'll see, just as we were talking about now, the Hive are battling the Splicers. So you can come through here. This is a public space. You'll be going through here during the campaign, or if you're just roaming around the Plaguelands on your Sparrow.
Yeah, I'm just
and you'll see that those encounters happening. Sometimes you can just breeze past it. Other times you might want to stop and
Enjoy the scenery.
Enjoy the scenery and enjoy your scout rifle.
Shoots mine. Actually, that's a good question. This area is specific. Oh wow. I'm looking at Oki's screen right now, and he just got detained by one of those nasty spikes. Maybe you should, guys, saw Nathan do that earlier. In fact, Nathan, just run into one of those things for us, would you?
I've been doing that all game. That's fine.
Oh, okay. I should have expected such.
You're looking at the good screen. If you want to look at Nathan's screen, you can see that Nathan's probably been in one of these for quite a while.
He's trapped in a minefield.
I've done this on purpose. I was requested, and now I am stuck.
I think you need to shoot the thing.
Shoot down.
There you go. Yeah. So in this area, is it more corrupted splicers, or is it hive in this, or is
It's
it kind
definitely
of
more splicer territory, yeah. So this zone, the Plaguelands, has been walled off for centuries. You know that. And the return of Sebra is sort of wrecking shop a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely fallen splicer country.
This one over here.
It's kind of such an interesting thing because the Cosmodrome before was always this very contested territory. You had
anyone
hive
needs
in their
orbs,
burrows
there's two
coming
orbs
out and
down there
fighting
if you're just
fallen
not
on
quite
the
fully
open
charged.
land. And now it feels like the dynamic where the hive was
you're
sort of
pretty much
winning
done,
with the
aren't
Dark
you?
Below and the Taken King, with the Taken coming in as well.
And now they're sort of on the run.
Exactly.
They're being pushed back. And you'll see that manifest through even in the older spaces that you've been to before in the Cosmodrome. You'll see the hive sort of doing bizarre behaviors, things that you wouldn't normally expect. They'll show up in places you wouldn't normally see them in. So definitely a turning of the tables.
Indeed. And it's well worth noting because there are actually two fallen houses within the Cosmodrome, the House of Devils and the House of Kings.
Correct.
Are the Kings going to make an appearance in this? Is that something I can ask, or is that story related maybe?
They're not central to the story. It's definitely the House of Devils. But certainly, I'm not going to spoil all the small details for everybody. And to be fair, I don't know all the details, so I try to play as much as I need to understand what I need to, but I want to preserve some of it for myself as well.
I mean, you may be a warlock at this point, but you are also someone who at this point is just looking to shoot some stuff, go lightning crazy, see Oki here, tickle fingers, everything.
Tickle him best.
Nice.
There we go.
Even saved, Nathan. Well done, Oki. But yeah, that's something that's really kind of exciting for me about this as well, is the story context to the Plaguelands. Because even though some bits of it are still set in the Cosmodrome, you can see the passage of time for it, which I know for a lot of people that it's going to be a bit odd to talk about 2 years worth of nostalgia, but Destiny players will go back to year one and will say, oh god, don't you remember those wonderful weeks of Omnigal Arcburn.
And speaking of nostalgia, we have the Galahorn making an appearance. It's been really bizarre to have conversations with people where they're like, the iconic Galahorn. It's like, man, we're like 2 years in, so it's nice to have that much, adulation and love for something. People pour themselves into the game, study the lore, study the gameplay. So
it's such a weird thing too, just based on that word iconic, because it's something that's seriously overused in this day and age of gaming, but it's something that really does ring true with Destiny players. Like they'll tell you themselves, anybody who's played this since vanilla all the way through year 1, year 2, the nostalgia is actually a real strange factor to it.
It's pretty humbling, right?
Yeah. I can imagine for you guys it must be. You've basically taken this game and it's been your baby.
You can't keep these engrams. There's no reason to ditch weapons and go get them. You can't take them with you. These aren't your guys.
No, we tried going for tower. Nathan got it went no.
No social space for me.
His ghost just sort of shakes its head and then says, "Not this time."
Come on now.
Yeah, so this is probably one of our more maze-like strikes. It's set inside a missile
This strike
silo.
is really maze-like.
Yep. So usually you want somebody who knows where they're going. If you're trying to run through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
If not, there's a lot of exploration that happens.
It's worth exploring these new areas though, just because anything that's kind of Cascone-like this, it does hold those great opportunities to hide secrets and whatnot.
Sure.
But I've got to ask as well, because with the new strikes now, Wretched Eye in particular is showcasing something really cool, which is that now it changes up whenever you do the strike. So there's something like, 3 different variations of not just the enemies you face, but also the path you can take.
That was sort of spearheaded in Taken King. James Sy and Aaron Steelman sort of wanted to add variability to strikes, make sure that when you go back through, you can get a different look. You may maybe be surprised a little bit, and that carries forward into the Wretched Eye as well. So we want to make sure that it just feels like there's some variety here. Certainly the story, we want to make sure it makes sense and that it's linear, and inside of the campaign feels like an extension of the Plaguelands and the Splicer story. So that stuff remains pretty much fundamentally the same, but some encounters can change.
And it's also kind of worth asking as well, that is also reflected and displayed with regards to the dialogue.
Yes.
So you've got Shiro 4 who's commenting in this strike.
You do have Shiro 4, sort of one of Cade's hunters, sort of sent out in the field to assist Lord Saladin. You'll meet him at Fellwinter Peak, and he'll give you some stuff to do, some bounties of his own, some quests of his own. You might get your hands on one of his prized weapons, which has been seen, I think it was in the Vidoc, the sort of RoboCop Tech 9 pulse fire
that
exotic.
looks. I actually really want to get my hand on that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little piece of kit.
I've got to ask this. There's also an exotic that I've been looking forward to, which is this pulse rifle that's been Siva-fied. Do we have a name for that just yet, or is that kind of under wraps?
That is definitely under wraps, and good luck finding it.
Either way, it's something that, for me, people who maybe follow my channel, if you're coming in from my side of the stream, thank you for starting.
Plug the channel. Okay. Tell them where to go.
YouTube.com/mynamesbife. I run a little
Biff.
300,000 ship.
Biff. It's not Biff.
It's Biff? My name is Biff.
You people.
Just lie. It's live. You gotta do it. You gotta go for it.
Anyway, but yeah, it's
Okay,
wow, you totally trashed my train of thought there. Thank you very much. Oh man, no, it's not. Amazingly, it's not Biff.
Now you're supposed to ask me about vault space to get back at me.
Oh yeah, vault space.
I'm with Biff, I think.
Oh man,
Too nice.
I punched them. I'm gonna punch them.
So, story elements with this is Shiro 4. Again, he's not just someone that you can go ahead and meet in the campaign. Of course, he does also commentate through these, but on the note of how they change up, his dialogue also changes up.
Yeah, so variability there as well.
Yeah, it's something I really love with this is actually how it's done in the revamped strikes. So in the Sepix Prime strike that you get at default, you'll have the same dialogue that you always had. You know, Ghost will say, "So this is the Devil's Lair." But when it goes in with Shiro's strike, in the new one, when you're facing up against Sepix Perfected, this time near the end, Shiro says something along the lines of, "Yeah, this time Sepix has nowhere to run." So it acknowledges that passage of time. It says this is different.
Yeah.
Holly, what do you want?
It's sort of the third stage of Sepix, right?
What's causing the slow gas?
The slow gas
I had
is.
salad earlier and had mushrooms in it.
Oh yeah, he got really angry. He was all like, "Oh my god,
sorry.
someone come and pick these mushrooms out of my food for me, and I hate the brown M&Ms."
And
Yeah.
you can see the deeper they go, the more signs of infestation there are, right? Both in terms of the hive
And the Siva.
and the Siva.
That's kind of the really interesting conflict, I think, with this strike is because we've always looked at the hive as the ones that have burrowed into the side, but now you see the little growths of Siva, the kind of Warmind tech almost that makes it up, the of course continuous red trails of things. Now, is Nate going to make that jump? He isn't.
Eat my grenade.
Just about. He's got it. Nate, you're going to go use your super Yellowhorn at some point? In fact, you got guys down there. Go ahead and use the Yellowhorn. Pull that out.
You're not the boss of him.
Yes, I'm a warlock. He's a hunter. I can man.
I don't know if you know this, but the wizards, it's actually a little bit of a misnomer. They're actually female.
They're female,
I know.
indeed. Ooh, yeah. It's actually, Nathan, you see that guy right in front of you? That's actually one of the artifacts.
This is Gary.
This is Gary.
So,
Our
yeah.
friend for 30 seconds.
So, yeah,
Half a minute.
Oh, Gary goes way back.
Yeah, so the new...
Don't look at Gary. We don't know what Gary's doing right now.
Gary's just
That
wandering
doesn't look
off.
fit for the
Bye,
stream.
Gary.
Yeah, that's one of the new artifacts. That's
One of the new artifacts.
Timer's artifact, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Teamer's Lash, Teamer's Lash.
Memory of Teamer.
Memory of Teamer. Yeah. So,
Is it Timer or Timer? Because I thought Timer sounded far more epic and more worthy than Iron Lord. So I've
say
always
Timer
said-
then. Let's go with Timer.
It's going to stay up here.
Shall I examine the ogre?
Oh, well, you're examining a very odd part of the ogre, but yeah, sure.
The
I
cloaca,
used to be a
so to
midwife.
speak.
So that's an area is like I specialise in. I'm assuming Miss Ogre is female.
Yeah, let's go for that. Poor thing.
And obviously ogre's hard to control.
Alright, I do have a bubble. It has blessings,
But this
so let
one's
me know
been
if it's getting
reanimated.
hairy, I'll
You've
drop
got
it.
Siva controlling it. This Corvix, the Splicer
Yeah,
Priest, has got his eye just plugged into his weapon.
Which is something, again,
Something really fun.
it's terrifying to just think about that, right? You take the power of the Siva, and again, the ability of it to conquer a hive, an ogre of all things, which has just broken loose again. It's really scary. And this is the other thing about this strike. The ogre is completely immune as far as I know at the moment. I don't know if that changes later in the strike, but it's blind, and so it's just wandering around trying to kill Oki and Holly and Nate.
It's
just trying to punch things.
Take aggro though, like I have taken aggro on that ogre.
So it's kind of an interesting thing because of the consistent element of distraction. You're trying to both find cover from the eye beam, which is constantly getting shot by the Splicer Priest, and then at the same time the ogre's going to come along and force you out of that cover, and so you need to use every part of the arena.
And every time you're focusing down the barrel on the Splicer Priest, you kind of got to keep your peripheral open, wait for that ogre to come up behind you.
It makes me wonder.
If you're in cover, he'll knock you out of it.
The artifact that gives you radar constantly, Gellian's Memory of Gellian. I reckon that becomes a little bit more useful for this part.
A little bit higher fidelity and the number of wedges that you have access to. There's a little more persistence as well. So yeah, there's a lot more data that you're getting. And this one in particular, though, it's in such close quarters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so he's able to close the distance so quickly that unless you're really keeping a careful eye on it, then it's not that much extra help here. So, I mean, the name of the game is to keep moving, stay in cover, only take shots when you know you're clear of the ogre. So teamwork is pretty key. You can use one Guardian to aggro like they're doing here, and everybody else can kind of go after the priest with supers or long range fire.
But the good thing is that there's other artifacts for that. So if you want to constantly draw aggro and you need to keep mobile, then there's the Memory of Yolda, which it completely removes the sprint cooldown from everything. So you can just sprint infinitely and make sure that you're always on the move, always staying away from the ogre, always letting him chase. So
I'm on the ogre's back.
Oh dear. Oh, Oki is down.
Here we go.
Goodness gracious. Is Nate going to get the revive on Oki?
Can you go get Oki? I have all the aggro. Go get Oki.
You made me in Night Stalker. I would normally just turn invisible.
Just go get Oki.
Nate with the clutch revive, and there we go. Now Holly has got to hold off the ogre.
Here we have spectators.
Hey.
Wave to the behind the glass.
We have Scott Walker and Steve Cotton outside.
Jesse Van Dyke.
Okay,
Jesse. I had no idea Jesse Van
You're
Dyke was
gonna
there.
be able to.
I will need to buy him a beer later.
Get up,
His art is some of my favourite. I've actually bought one of his prints.
He is very
talented.
talented.
now I'm down.
By the way, you can buy those prints from the Bungie store. I'm actually not being told to make that promotion, but I actually love the freaking art in this game.
Watch out for the ogre.
You're more of a salesman than I
I'm
am.
gonna go try and get Nate.
Yeah,
right?
I'm awful like that.
You alright? Alright, I've got the ogre still.
I'm a YouTuber, it kind of comes with the territory, I guess. I gotta sell some load of rubbish, including stuff I put on my channel.
Here we go. Here's
Oki storm trancing over there.
Away from me!
Kovic is in a little bit of trouble here.
Right, yeah.
Priest is dead.
It's not dead, it's not dead. Kill it, Nate, kill it. Yellowhorn for the win.
I mean, three Yellowhorns, that should have went faster than that.
Yeah, right.
That's late.
I think I give that.
Who's like, do we need to
How much
revive?
shot of year one do we give that? I think I give that half Yellowhorn out of year one, maybe.
Well done, team.
Yeah, you asked us
Man,
also
that was quite close.
about
Wasn't that
the ogre,
closer
the
than I
context of the
expected?
ogre earlier, so the High Priest is sort of
Yeah, that
building a
was
slave ogre, so almost a Frankenstein
toys.
parted together ogre, Hive ogre, so when Siva goes, the
green
priest,
stuff.
so too does the ogre.
What'd you get?
Hence why he disappears.
And hence why it's easier to control than a standard.
Delete all your equipment apart from green stuff.
It's something I'm looking forward to play myself, which I think I'm going to jump in and do in a second. So
Lucky looks so good.
if you guys are watching us on stream, you will have to forgive this rather awkward transition. The microphone may buzz a little. I apologise for that in advance.
Some rustling.
How did we do before we do that? How did we do? Were we all like?
We gave you a half of a Yellowhorn out of
Yeah, fairly even kill distribution here.
Yeah, actually, that was.
Who was 27? 27's got the precision kills going on.
That's Nate.
That's the hunter.
There we go.
Okay, well, yeah, that's the hunter.
Yeah.
I just punched everything.
Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
Pretty typical
Yeah,
for a
I
hunter to have a high level,
everything.
precision kills.
Yeah, precisely.
Also complaints per death, very high for hunters.
Yeah,
I didn't even use my heavy
I
weapon.
believe
CPD.
they're higher on the
I
SMM,
like
isn't
to,
it?
I
The
just
scrub
like to
matchmaker
everything.
meter, something along those lines.
That's really my
I
life.
have no idea what that means.
Right, you ready then, Bife?
Well, yes, I think I am ready.
Come on then, slot boys.
Are you guys going to switch T-shirts as well? So you have it. You got. I mean, we can't break up the formation, right?
Stream doesn't need to see me without a t-shirt.
Shall I jump it straight in?
I'm sorry, but I saved that for
Wait
a
for
few
Bife to
select
slot. Wait
people.
for Bife to
in my
slot.
life.
Do we want to? Does anyone want to change class?
Of course.
Tinkering, anyone?
Always you, okay.
Yeah, I might go Sunbreaker.
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
You never play Sunbreaker anymore, like at all.
What's going on?
What have they got it at though?
If this is super
Much.
hard,
Just played a cool
could
strike.
go
You
Blade
might
Dance
want
and
to
be all
change
invisible
to.
for the revives.
Why do you have greens on?
Play dance.
I got new gear and
maybe
I
I'll switch
equip
it
it.
in.
No, you don't equip it.
can't
I will
resist.
admit, these robes are fantastic.
Really good.
They look so good.
Okay, melted.
They're all, when I first got a set of which was somewhat similar to these, with kind of split down the middle, I just looked at them and I said, now I'm a freaking Jedi. Which was kind of the objective by playing Warlock, I suppose.
So this is the new Vanguard gear.
All right, let's go.
I guess.
You ready, guys?
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
There's a lot of gear, man. So you're gonna have a lot more knowledge on gear than I will. But yeah, there are new Vanguard sets.
Yeah.
Obviously with the faction themes going across as well. Some other. We got more people waving at me.
Sure.
Hi, folks.
Normal. No worries.
So what you guys can't see is, so behind the camera, there's
yeah, you
actually
can
a
see
giant
the
glass
paint job on the
wall,
helmet.
and in there are the media here at
And they've
Gamescom
done some work to
playing,
make sure that
and
those
I think
things are a little more
they're
stark, right? So
capturing
when you see
Destiny,
obviously the new monarchy sets,
I
it's
believe.
red with almost new monarchy placards all over it. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, Vanguard here on the side of the weapon. Did you get to use the scout?
Yeah, I used it throughout the entire strike.
Nice range, nice rate of fire.
Yeah.
Pretty peppy.
I can see there's a certain crowd of people that's going to really display
So
this.
there's new Vanguard sets and Crucible sets, I'll take it.
New Vanguard sets, new Crucible sets.
New models as well.
Those are actually the new colorations and visuals over the top, but they're using the Taken King sets beneath.
Yeah.
There's a brand new, there's a brand new set you can get for the Archon's Forge.
Yeah.
There's a brand new set through the record book and through campaign, which are the Iron Lord sets, the base Iron Lord sets.
And after that, I was like,
There's brand new sets for Trials of Osiris. There's a brand new set for the Raid. There's new sets for Iron Banner. All new weapons and gear throughout there, obviously exotics, all that fun stuff. So a bunch of new legendaries coming forward. We're also taking a lot of the legendary weapons and some of the class items forward as well, which I think just to add a lot more variety.
Yeah.
There's a sign that says "Do not talk at the same time."
Yeah, we're getting told off. So we all got really excited, and now we're getting told off for talking. So I'm really sorry, live stream viewers, because I know it's annoying.
I regret nothing. This is how it is. We're doing it live. It's not scripted.
Freak it, do it live. See what I did there?
But yeah, and you can see obviously there's a lot more visual impact to some of the faction weapons and armor. Just a much more direct look
I
at
punched them.
future war cult. Yeah. So there's a lot of new fun stuff to play with.
Nathan, that you can shoot the middle of those traps to stop them so you can run through them.
I hope so. Yeah. Maybe we'll put one together.
And you have ornaments
I jumped.
as well, which is. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. There are 22 exotic weapon ornaments,
Yeah.
and so you can change the look of some of your favorite exotics. Might multi-tool if you want to make that look a little different. Hawk Moon. You can make that look a little bit different if you want to do that. And then 3 armor sets head to toe that you can add and find ornaments for, earn ornaments for, which are the pinnacle sets.
How do you earn those?
You earn them in the same way you earn the armor, so they're not something that you can find in another activity. For example, Trials of Osiris is a pinnacle set, but it has ornament of new artifacts to honor the Iron Lords, and we'll see how people embrace those this time around, and if they love them, then maybe we can extend that out.
I think it's a good change. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be really interesting to see the combinations people put together for PvE and PvP. Obviously, I think right away people kind of gravitate towards the infinite sprint.
Yeah.
But there are some other fun combinations, like if you want to.
I like the radar. Moment to radar.
Yep.
I'm
If you're into
using radar
situational
now.
awareness and positioning on the map, obviously that's
that.
going to be pretty huge. And for something like supremacy, that'll be, a really big benefit. Something that you can use to not only track positions of your enemies, but ammo, the things on the map that you care about. And I think we'll see a lot of people pairing up and doing, I'll snipe from the high ground, you go pick up crests, that kind of
Trials
behavior.
as well.
Yep.
You see highlight enemies with super and low health as well. It's one of them.
Yep, I think that'll also be a fairly used super. I think there's a really interesting one where you sort of give up your super for double grenades, double melees. So if you're running Sunsinger, that might be a really fun one to use. Night Stalker,
Shoulder charge for days.
Yep, so that's going to be interesting. But there's that's kind of borrowing from the Tlalok convention of you're getting a boost to your one skill set and you're seeding another.
Yeah.
So that's always an interesting trade to make for a player.
Will this stack with Armentarium? I guess a lot of people is wondering.
I do not believe they stack.
No, which makes sense.
We can follow up with the sandbox guy though to make sure.
Yeah.
Game is
Any
definitely.
new swords?
I mean, we're closing it out, but it's definitely still being tweaked. So there are. I don't think we've shown any new swords yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, we've shown the axe.
We've shown the axe.
Would you like new swords?
I would
new
like
swords
a new
be cool?
sword. I would like an Iron Banner sword.
An Iron Banner sword.
Yeah. I know Bike really.
I would like a new sword.
I would like a new sword.
My sword is my baby.
Which one do you?
Raise light.
Raise lighter.
Embrace the sun. Praise the sun.
The first
Praise
thought I
the
had
sun.
was the
It's definitely not
Don't mix the brands.
Oh, we have a friend.
There you go. There's another one of the artifacts
Oh,
on
what should we
display.
call this one?
Your little
Bob.
buddy.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the classic name.
He does look like a Bob, doesn't he?
He's
Yeah.
very jittery. He doesn't know what's going on. He's
Well,
very
you're
confused.
kind of shoving him around. You're very intimidating.
So do you control these?
Oh, fine.
Do they
First of
follow
all,
you?
he's not
So
intimidating.
they will follow you. They will engage other enemies.
Friends forever.
Yeah. You can melee him again, and he'll break out of his little. Yep. There you go. Now he's.
A lot of people
I think
are
like
also-
I mean, what would an Iron Lord's sword look like?
Radagast had a blade, did he know?
If we just look like a, yeah. It's an Iron Lord, it would look like.
You're not better than me.
I would imagine the Iron Lords had many blades in their armory.
Yeah.
What do you
just
think,
have
Life?
one epic blade. They wouldn't bother with like
Well, yeah,
lots of
because
them.
Radagast
One.
literally had a sword. And this is kind of what's cool, right? The entire idea of the Iron Lords is they're a little bit like the Knights of the Round Table, so Arthurian. So his sword is a little bit like Excalibur. Maybe that's how it should be modeled.
Don't forget, Bife, you're not mic'd at the moment.
You know?
Yeah. You got to shout. Get
You've gone
loud.
full Bife, and no one can appreciate the
The
Bifeness
bifeness.
that
Yeah,
you're
they
delivering.
definitely borrow from a lot of Arthurian themes, and when you look at back through the fiction, they were, sort of proto-guardians there before, the vanguard was protector of the city, and they sort of fought more with light than they did with conventional weaponry.
Oh, god damn it. I'm all the way down.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, yeah,
I did. I was aiming and I slipped off.
Hang on a
Slipped
second,
off.
mate. Let me get you.
Slipped
Was it a
and
platform?
fell.
Oh, we should have like gotten the score from the last one so we
Aw,
could
we
compare
both
the
have
difference
you.
between the two fire teams, right?
We
I
can
saw the
tell
time.
who's
We had
real
40 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would win one.
So we still have some time.
Well, I
So
appreciate
you used the new the galley.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I like it.
Like
I
it?
like its back
Right.
and in black as well. If you,
Yes, correct. If
you
want to pair the
pre-order-
marketing, yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and the quest is actually really cool. We're really
can't wait for the
excited
quest.
for people to check it out. I think it's tied to the lore in a really cool way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin the surprise for much of it, but it's a lot more substantial than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. You found the gas again.
Sniffing around here.
People on the live stream can't see, but Bife
from the
is for some
mushrooms.
reason just crouching in the slow gas.
There it is.
Does it smell like mushrooms to you
So
too? I think it
this
smells like
gas kind of reminds me of Thorn. Thorn is returning.
Thorn is returning, yeah.
Oh, wait, no,
Why
that's
do
not
you
right.
come to that
That's
decision?
right.
Because that weapon have had a lot of.
And then
It definitely has it has some tension to it. Yeah,
got it.
I think when we talk about
Yeah.
this release, we have used the word nostalgia a lot.
Yeah.
Thorn, I think right now is in a fairly good place. We pulled the range in a little bit.
Used
The dot
artifact
damage is
as well.
not as impactful. There's an artifact that'll decrease dot damage in Crucible for you if you want to further reduce it. But it's one of those weapons I think that had one of the best exotic quests to achieve it. It was nice and challenging, and when you got a hold of it at the end, you felt really rewarded for it and wanted to go use it. And its
I guess
first
it was
form, when you went through a lot of work to get it, and then it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And then it got buffed and became almost
Really good.
ubiquitous in the Crucible, especially when it went into ultra competitive play. It was a two-shot, right?
Yeah.
So it's not quite a two-shot anymore. I think it sits pretty well alongside other high caliber hand cannons, Hawk Moon, Ias Luna. Last Word is really strong, so I think I don't think it's going to be the source of grief that it once was.
I made a wizard friend.
But it's a really cool weapon.
Wizard friend.
Guys, we've made another friend. We need another name.
I'm in the door. There you go.
I think
This is a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl. Should we call her Jill?
Jill. Jill
This
with
is Jill.
us.
Jill.
Yeah.
Is this even?
So Thorn is getting a new quest now, right? Or is it the same quest?
I'm actually not sure if Thorn's getting a new quest. I know 100% that Galahorn has a quest and Kvasov has a quest.
Yeah.
There's another weapon that we haven't really detailed out that has a quest as well, but we'll let people discover that on their own. And then a lot of the weapons, we definitely want to give players more direct paths to earning instead of relying on random drops. So, for example, the strikes have, which we've done in the past, but they have their own themed weapons, right? And those can be Pinnacle Light, and you can get those through chests at the strike.
Yeah.
So that's a really fun experience. Sort of teeing off a little bit of like Grasp of Malok, but a little less frustrating than getting,
Million
a
bytes
strike.
tentacle powers in that strike.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, I
we all
think,
split up.
you know,
No,
just
I'm
kind of
with you.
refining what we did for April, making sure that players can sort of self-select what kind of weapons they want, go find them, go earn them, maybe purchase them from a vendor, get them from an engram roll. So,
On the other side.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
It's very maze-like.
This is really maze-like.
Like it's
very intestinal.
I got a lot.
There's gas, right?
It's quite literally
The
gas.
mushroom gas.
There's
that's
more
what
gas.
I'll call
Did
it.
you guys go up?
We're back up to where you had your wizard friend, I think.
So a lot of
It's
people,
now turned on
and
us.
one of my
So
personal
we
favorites
have to put
in
Jill
the
down.
King
We
was
hardly knew you, Jill.
Black Spindle.
Black Spindle,
Jill.
yeah.
The Black Spindle mission just came out of nowhere and it was
Same this
amazing.
way,
And it
right?
was
Yeah, it's up
quite
there.
a challenge.
Yeah.
Will we?
Yeah.
Will we see something like that in?
There's
Rise of
definitely,
Lion?
yeah, there's so the campaign that you'll play through is 5 missions. It's got cinematics. It tells the story of the Iron Lords and you following in their footsteps.
Yep.
The fight against Siva. But it's really the opening chapter. So, you know, once you've completed that, then you can go
just
explore
did this
deeper into the
mission. How is it
Plaguelands.
this time?
There are definitely secrets to uncover, weapons to
I know.
find,
You were exempt.
exotic weapon quests, and tons of new activities. So our hope is that,
our
like the
excuses.
campaign is a good opening, experience, and you feel really cool when you complete it. But obviously, there's going to be a ton of stuff to do after that. So we want to keep that going. That sort of, more activities, more weapons to go out and earn, more stories to find. That's great. Yeah.
Imagine if we don't finish
think-
this now because we're totally lost.
Yeah.
Like,
We-
just
we-
imagine, like, everyone on this live stream is like screaming at us. At Nathan.
Finish it. No, you're fine. You got plenty of
Have you
time.
found something at least, Five?
I'm just gonna start playing for real now.
Yeah.
So you can get through it.
He's just been warming up until now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
totally like,
But the Kabastov is another
this is
example
my
of
best.
a cool quest that you'll go on. I know we talked a little bit about that with Game Informer.
Yeah.
About how
Where
you'll
are
sort
you
of
going?
use your old Kabastov, or you can use your old Kabastov if you choose to, but it'll take you on
don't
a
have it.
really. It's not hard to find.
No, he's not.
But that'll take you on a really cool story-themed quest.
Yeah. I mean,
Galahorn is the same way, or Galahorn, right? It'll take you on a quest that feels, really themed around the spirit of the weapon and the lore behind it, and I think people will really appreciate it.
That's good. That's what I need.
But yeah, I mean,
yes, if you examine yoga.
in some of these cases, I truly don't know the answer
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
they're hidden even from us.
Yeah.
The designers
Yeah.
can sneak
You don't
them in
wanna
and have
spoil
fun,
it.
and
Yeah.
in some cases, I
You wanna
willingly
experience the
avoid
Rise of
playing
Lion.
through. So yeah,
All right, you guys ready?
I play the game. I
do
want
it here.
to find out myself.
Alright, so they're now by the boss, which is
Now the boss.
giant ogre.
You seem to have a pretty good
I'm on
strategy,
hammers
right?
this
Roam,
time.
roam around the edges.
Roam
and
around, jump a lot.
Use your super when you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Right. Clear ads out.
Galahorn, it out,
Galahorn's always a good strategy.
Yeah.
Always effective.
especially in those leagues with solar
I
burn.
appreciate the pronunciation.
Galley.
Galley. The galley's here. Oh my god.
Deep stuff.
We are awful.
We are awful.
Ogre's loose.
Okay.
So you mentioned Archon's Forge as well.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
Tell the people at home a
right
bit
there.
more about that.
People at home.
They can.
Yeah, so Archon's Forge is set in the
I've
Plaguelands.
got the tether instead.
Sort of
which
almost at
has been
the center
useful.
of it. So it's this area that's really,
Who would like some mobs?
it's really sinister looking. There's lava,
Yeah.
and there's
Going for ads,
a lot of
so I've got
Siva
hammers
around.
up.
The sky is sort of
Right,
choked with
okay.
fire.
Keep
And you
away
go into
from
the
the big-
interior,
Okay.
and you're sort of calling out the fallen. And the walls close around you, and you have sort of wave-based combat. Similar to Prison of Elders
Yeah.
or Court of Works.
That's cool.
And there are armor sets you can earn by doing that.
Have you
I've
seen
got aggro
any
on
of
the
that
ogre.
armor yet?
Yeah, some of those armor sets, they're the sort of there's a lime green set on the hunter that was featured
I've
with
seen
the
that.
lines,
Yeah.
sort of hash lines.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
it's
it's the.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So you can lock yourself in alone if you want a challenge.
It's
in
timed,
a
isn't
public
it?
space, and you can. Yeah, it is timed.
Yeah.
And you can obviously bring a fire team in there or wait for
I'm
people
down.
to show up. And sort of similar to Core Wars, you're putting a token up.
Thank you.
And that's invoking a scenario
Oh,
that you
that's
fight
the-
through.
Oh my!
So,
I literally took one hit.
we obviously learned some from Prison of Elders and Court of Works. So
Oh,
we
this
can
is
work
not
on
good.
that.
This is not
Have some
good.
fun with it.
Down again.
It's a mix between
I'm
Court of
almost down
Works
again.
and Prison of Elders, sort of.
It's for missing my
More on the
bubble
Court
so
of Works
badly.
side because it's public and
Yeah.
using the tokens. It's not meant to be, an hour experience
No.
or anything like that. It's meant to be a pretty quick, fun,
like a public
arcadey
event.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of penalty for dying. If you're in there alone, it'll actually spawn you outside, so you'll fail with one death. If you have a fire team in there, then they can revive you inside to keep the encounter going. So that's a fun little
Kind of
wrinkle.
intense as well then.
Yeah, so I think we'll see a lot of people go in there solo and see how far they can get. And then visually, it just looks really cool. You've got the sort of the spheres that open up and sparks coming in.
Yeah,
You see the
maybe
tendrils
all
that close the
together.
room off like webbing.
That was nearly a
I think
disaster.
Barry said it in the, or Christopher Barrett said it in the
crikey.
Viaduct, so it definitely has this sort of Mad Max vibe. Right?
Yeah. I haven't actually seen that yet. So
You haven't seen the Viaduct yet?
I have seen the Viaduct.
Oh.
Film.
Oh, you haven't seen Mad Max? None of them.
None of them.
None of the Mad Max films.
Not even the OG.
You should just leave now and go watch Mad Max
I
films.
will do so. No,
Aw,
I'll
don't
wait.
be mean to Oki.
Not being mean. That's not mean. I don't mean like get out of here. I mean like the films are very
okay,
good.
yeah,
You
yeah.
should go experience them for yourself.
This ogre is just absolutely destroying
He
me.
does not like me.
He's got balls on
Nate,
his
can you come and
hands.
get me?
He's
That's
Just in
tricky.
case he's gone by.
Yeah, okay, he's on me also.
If you ever
Yeah.
see anything with balls on its hands, you run. You'll learn that if you watch Mad
Oh my
Max.
god, clowns.
Okay, I learned that.
Juggling clowns.
Oh,
Speaking
There's
of
the
big balls. Speaking of big balls.
Alright.
Because we have seen a clip from
Guys,
the new
watch
raid.
out.
You
Oh,
really
oh,
We
get
have seen a clip from the new raid, yes.
Oh, no.
And you think I'm going to tell you how to...
I know.
Is it cool? It is pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to talk about one of the
do
really
this.
cool things about the new raid is it ranges outside on top of the wall.
Yeah.
So it's the first time that you really get these
right.
big open
Before we-
vistas on
I'm gonna
Earth.
change that to
So it's a
bubble.
familiar space, but you're raiding through it. So I think it's going to be really special for players to sort of climb atop the wall. You've been looking at that thing for
Yeah.
so long, it's kind of been inert in the background, except for the
that's
sort of
so
missions that you run through
sound when I think about it.
at the opening of the game. But sort of again, playing with nostalgia, that's where you are welcome for the first time. You're gonna go in there and see it from a new perspective, fight your way to the top, and then try to figure out how to stop the rig.
I do like his helmet.
Right.
Yeah,
You can
it's
take so little
it's a really
of that
fun
purple.
encounter.
Yeah.
The raid team's having a lot of
Stay
fun.
away from the purple.
It looks amazing, and like I love to hop
Smoky big sword.
into raids blind,
Yeah.
without any guides, without any help,
Right.
just figuring
Oh
out
my god,
what's
look!
going on.
Like how?
Wife usually is the raid leader.
The
saltiest of all raid.
Very salty, but we get through sometimes.
What's your favorite raid?
Vault of Glass.
Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
What? Kingsfall?
Gotta be Kingsfall.
Because of the lore,
How?
right?
Like this is
Yeah,
just
because of-
ridiculous.
Holly,
you at?
what's your favorite raid?
I used to love the Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
But now it's a bit like you can just sort of do it yourself.
You can. I think there's actually.
You can put your Vault gear back on. You can go drop down to like 160, 170 light, or try to put on your threes.
I think it's
put on
really
your
cute.
put on your
that you
SRL
keep
gear.
any of that gear lying around.
What? You don't have your Fatebringer lying around or your Vision of Confluence? Come on. Corrective measure? No corrective measure? Oh, all right.
How about you, Nate?
Esmond's Vengeance? Praise Revenge? None of that? Oh my god.
Why am I the only one dying?
Because the ogre loves you.
It's not the ogre.
I
It's
think Nathan
the
is
priest.
way too into the
It's not
game
the
now.
ogre.
Everything's tricky.
What's your favorite raid?
So that ogre is right there.
Vault of Glass?
I mean, they're all different for me.
They're all
right?
different.
I think Vault of Glass just wins hands down because it was the first raid experience, right?
That's the first time
So
I raided as well.
there was no context. You just walk in kind of going, I wonder what this is going to be like.
Only thing with Vault of Glass is like when it first came out, it was just like everyone didn't really know what to do, and all you hear was like ding, ding, oh, get the oracle, ding, ding, and get the oracle.
Is that how life sounds when you raids?
Yeah,
Jeez.
sort of.
If I had Stormfronts in real life now, you would be.
That would be
you
violent.
would be
That would be
toasted.
violent,
You'd be
yeah.
very toasted.
Oh, it was.
Violence is never the answer.
I can hear that noise in my sleep.
Except for in Destiny.
Oh my god. That was figuring that out as a mechanic was just.
Getting into a glass throne at the end as well was quite...
Oh, there's. Oh, okay. I'm going to back
Doors open up and you see the vista.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful space.
I'll deal with the ads and keep.
It's actually
He's right on me.
Jesse and Steve
Yeah,
Cotton
the
over
ogre
there
is
who
right
work
on him,
that.
and my
Danny
health's
Miller,
not
the
good.
designer.
That's it, I
Yeah.
gotta get my health up.
He's turned around again. He's right there.
So yeah,
Kill me first.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
My health is
Yeah,
low, guys.
amazing.
the weapons were all right. Too. Weapons were all right.
Pretty good. Just
Were you,
Yeah,
were you
I'm
a
also
Fatebringer
now.
guy or
I was a
Vision?
Fatebringer guy. Yeah.
I never got a
Thanks, guys. Well
Fatebringer. I read it 30 times, never got a Fatebringer.
Wow.
So I just pretend I'm a Vision of Confidence guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Basically, the way I perceive it
You
is
tell
that
me.
the game gives Fatebringer to those who need it.
Yeah.
Everybody
so
else
I
uses
needed
Vision.
it, really, yeah.
But Vision, I am a scout rifle guy. I like scouts. So
Yeah.
Vision is definitely pretty good.
We've had the 5-minute warning on this live stream, so we really gotta get. We gotta start
5
dealing some
minutes, the
damage.
pressure
5
is
minutes
on.
remaining.
5 minutes remaining. That's really
I believe in you. I believe in you guys.
You can do it.
I think you can do it.
Like Shia LaBeouf said. Just do it.
Just do it.
Good old Shia.
Do you guys want silence? Do you want to
Do
concentrate?
you want to yeah, go.
commentating.
Deej is just looking
Oh
at
yeah,
us.
that is a sliver of health.
Deej is just giving us a...
There's actually pain in my chest.
Nobody wants to look at Deej. Nobody wants to look at Deej.
That's always there, though. That's fine.
Watch out, you might slip a strange coin in your pocket.
Oh my god, yeah, someone's managed to I thought someone touched his bum this
That was
morning at
Deej.
breakfast.
That
Actually,
was
it was Deej
Deej.
slipping a strange coin into his back pocket.
He was very proud of himself.
Myself
I
and
could go
Bife
get
had
him, champ.
breakfast. And Bife got back. Someone touched my bum. And a couple of hours later, Deej told me, I slipped a coin in his pocket. A strange coin.
Oh my god, you can't see it, but Deej has just appeared behind the cameras and it's really creepy.
He's got a knack for that.
It's so creepy. We were just talking
He
about
just
him.
shows up. He's like a win.
Alright, we've got this, guys. Come on.
Come on now, don't
He's like
die.
a creepy.
And you know what? I'm going to put my bubble down because I literally just got it for fun.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, perfect timing on the bubble.
What up, mate?
That bubble was needed.
I think you'll find I did most of the heavy lifting, but
I think you find I did a lot. That was awful. Right, guys. I think you go pick up all those shinies.
treasure chest.
Oh,
It
we've got
requires
the
a
key.
key.
What an awful way to end
Use
this.
your key. Use your key.
I want to get
Do
in.
you have a key?
That's a great way to end it.
Do you have it?
No, I have no key.
You have no key.
I got nothing. If we shoot it real hard.
No loot for you.
Yeah, use the Gallahorn. Pry it open.
All right, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. You guys, thank you so much for all the conversation that was happening while we were playing because you gave so much information. It just instead of us just screaming at each other, we actually managed to achieve something.
There was some of that too.
Oh, gentle screaming.
It's a nice mix.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our live stream. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, you can check out Little Big Oki. He has his own YouTube channel. Bife does as well. We're on PlayStation Access, which I know you're watching right now. Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have anything to plug?
I don't have a YouTube.
What's your Twitter?
/Bungie on YouTube.
/Bungie. How cool is that?
/Bungie on Twitter.
I've heard them once or twice. They're all right. They're good peoples. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching. We hope that we weren't terribly embarrassing and that you're looking forward to Rise of Iron, which is coming very, very soon. 20th of September. 20th of September. See how I knew that?
You remembered it.
I did, didn't I? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Adios.
Rise of Iron has everything you'd expect from a new Destiny expansion.
We got a whole new suite of brand new weapons.
We have multiplayer with 3 new maps, got a new mode called Supremacy, got private matchmaking.
We needed a raid. I don't think we could have shipped Rise of Iron without a brand new raid.
Tons of new armor, tons of new gear. There's a story campaign with characters and cinematics.
New public events, new patrols, and new secrets to uncover. Rise of Iron's about looking at this story that's existed in the Destiny universe, this character, Lord Saladin.
I am the lone sentry, and my watch is eternal.
It's this journey to understand the past, what happened to these great heroes.
The Iron Lords are gone, but our fight is far from over.
And through that process, you're saving humanity, you're becoming an Iron Lord yourself, you're getting to wield a giant axe.
The idea of playing through a blizzard is something that we've never tried, and you're going to see that in Fellwinter Peak.
Fellwinter Peak is very interesting because we've never had the player fighting through a social space before.
When you walk in there for the first time and the fire's lit and it's just casting glow up onto these 8 heroes, you've been holding their weapons for 2 years. When we can take those elements of Destiny and put them all together into one coherent moment, I think is awesome.
It is time to finish what I began so very long ago. Come, Guardian, help me give my friends the rest they deserve.
This is the Guardian's journey with Saladin.
He's sending you out into kind of a land that's been forgotten in the Cosmodrome.
You're going into Earth, but it's changed. It's actually expanded. You'll see the Plaguelands, post-apocalyptic sky. There's lava welling up from the ground.
We know the devils have been digging into the Cosmodrome for years. They've been looking for something. Well, what they found is Siva. It is a nanotechnology that can be used to shape things, but they're not trying to use it to build. They're trying to use it to destroy.
They've started mutating their bodies, turning themselves into giant monsters, transforming the landscape, even of the Cosmodrome, into this horrible, burning fortress world.
Hell's loose in old Russia. Every second we stand here, Siva's influence spreads and the Devil Splicers grow more powerful. Keep fighting, Guardian.
After the campaign finishes, you have patrols that really tell the story of this continued infestation in the land. And we have a new strike that shows just what the Fallen are doing with the Siva.
It's this spooky place called the Wretched Eye. There's this really neat boss encounter. A Fallen captain has plucked an eye out of an ogre, affixed it to his weapon, and he's using that to sort of tase you out of your rat hole while this blind ogre just walks around trying to crush you.
We also have a few reprise strikes that we're bringing back for players.
We very consciously set out to create a journey. This is arc of claustrophobia, space inside the wall. And then you get on top of it, and it's sort of this amazing breath of fresh air.
You get this vista from the Cosmodrome, it's lit on fire, and there's this Death Zamboni who's just trying to crush your bones to dust.
This giant machine with a ball arm, spikes on it.
What does it mean in a raid when you've got to run? I actually want that tension to exist. There's something really emotionally powerful about going on a journey, reaching to the top of the mountain, and then crashing back down, confined once again.
I think players had a lot of fun when they played Court of Oryx on the Dreadnought, and so we wanted to create a similar type of experience in the Plaguelands, give it this different theme.
You ready for this?
Almost Thunderdome, Mad Max kind of feel, where you jump into the ring and the walls get closed off and then it's just Fallen start pouring out.
Here they come.
And you get a giant flaming axe and you just start beating the crap out of guys.
We thought, how can we increase the ways that you express the way you like to play? And what we came up with was putting different talents on the artifacts.
The artifacts are these relics of the fallen Iron Lords. So you'll quest to earn one of those, and then your last step of that is taking that artifact to the statue of the fallen Iron Lord, fully empowering that for you to use as a player.
Whether it's negating all the dot damage in the Crucible, or whether it's infinite sprint, or turning Fallen onto your side. Which is really, really cool, by the way.
The artifacts that Tyra offers change every week. So there'll always be something new and exciting for players following the campaign.
When you put snow, everyone thinks of pelts and cloaks and hoods.
Wouldn't be a knight's tale without a knight's armor.
When you look at the Iron Lords and you look at the Raid set, you look at the Iron Banner set, or you look at Trials of Osiris, they're all new with a much wider palette that players can pull from. And when you throw ornaments on top of all that, we're going to see a lot more variety in gear.
So the ornament system is this really cool thing that lets you take some of your favorite pieces of gear and then you customize this weapon the way you want it to be.
We got your raid weapons, we got your Iron Banner, we got new exotics, old exotics. Do you like sidearms? We got all the sidearms this time around. Gallahorn, enough said.
Coming to the Crucible and Rise of Iron is a new game type called Supremacy.
Defeat your enemy, claim their crest.
It's a fast-paced 6v6 game mode where every kill you get, Guardian drops a crest. Picking up the crest gives you points.
Their glory goes to you, Guardian.
It's a constant battle over picking up crests and making sure that you're with your team and not out of position. If you pick up an enemy crest, you deny the enemy those points.
Excellent recovery.
We have new maps. We always have new maps.
There's Last Exit, lots of twists and turns, lots of really good close combat. Then there's Skyline, a Clovis Bray headquarters building on Mars. It's a symmetrical, large map. The last one is Floating Gardens, which is an open map. One thing we're really excited about in Rise of Iron is the introduction of private matches.
Can't wait to see what people are going to do. They're going to go fire up whatever match they want, play with their friends, host tournaments, have fun arcadey games. They don't have to worry about our matchmaking stuff. They can do it all themselves.
Sometimes when I play and I have headphones on and I'm in that world, I get little chills because it's not just the effects and the amazing graphics, it's the audio that helps reinforce the journey that you're going through.
We really want Destiny to feel like it's a natural world that you inhabit, like it's a world that could exist, that does exist.
The score is incredibly strong, and the work that the audio team has done on this game, it lights you up. It becomes something bigger than just a mountain and just a fight. It becomes an experience, and you hopefully get lost in it. That sense of fun, that sense of adventure, that sense of the unknown, I want to see that translate to our fans and our players.
When you see your character at the end of the campaign, I really, really hope that you feel triumphant and proud, like, wow, I'm becoming an Iron Lord.